You think you know garlic. You use it in pasta. You use it on bread. Maybe you've even heard it's good for the heart. But if you are just tossing it into a frying pan or swallowing a raw clove whole, you are missing about 90% of the medicinal power. Actually, you might be wasting your time entirely. There is a specific window of time, exactly 10 minutes, and a specific chemical reaction that needs to happen before that garlic ever touches hot water. If you get this wrong, you're just drinking garlic-flavored water. If you get it right, you are creating one of the most potent natural vasodilators known to man. And the timing matters too. Most people take their supplements in the morning. But when it comes to arterial cleansing and flushing out the plaque that stiffens your blood vessels, the magic actually happens when you are asleep. Tonight we aren't just making tea. We are brewing a biological key that unlocks your endothelium, the inner lining of your arteries, while you dream. Let's be honest about what's happening inside your body right now. You can't feel your arteries hardening. It's not like a toothache or a bruised knee. It is completely silent. You might feel fine. Maybe you get a little winded walking up a flight of stairs, or perhaps your hands and feet are always just a little bit cold. Maybe you wake up feeling tired even after 8 hours of sleep. We usually brush these things off. We call it aging. We call it stress. But physiologically, what's often happening is a slow, gradual narrowing of the highways that keep you alive. Think of a garden hose. When you buy it brand new, it's flexible, soft, and the water rushes through it effortlessly. But leave that hose out in the sun for 10 years. It gets stiff, it gets brittle. Inside, it gets gunked up with algae and mineral deposits. That is your vascular system. When you are young, your arteries are flexible. They expand and contract with every beat of your heart. But as the years tick by, inflammation caused by sugar, processed oils, stress, and environmental toxins creates microscopic scratches on the inside of that hose. Your body, trying to be helpful, patches those scratches with cholesterol and calcium. It's like putting spackle over a crack in the wall. But then you get another scratch and another patch. Layer by layer, that smooth highway becomes a bumpy, narrow dirt road. This is where it gets scary. It's not just about the eventual big event, the heart attack or the stroke, though those are the ultimate consequences. It's about what happens before that. When your arteries narrow, your heart has to pump harder. It's forcing fluid through a smaller pipe. Your blood pressure creeps up. Your heart muscle thickens and gets tired. But the worst part, the nutrient delivery stops. Your brain relies on massive amounts of oxygen. When those carotid arteries get sluggish, you get brain fog. You forget names, you lose your sharpness. Your energy dips because your cells literally aren't getting the fuel delivery they paid for. You are operating at 60% capacity, wondering why life feels so heavy. And the standard solution? A lifetime of pills. Statins, beta blockers, blood thinners. Don't get me wrong, modern medicine saves lives in a crisis. But pills often manage the symptoms. They rarely clean the pipes. They lower the pressure, but they don't necessarily dissolve the gunk or restore the flexibility of that garden hose. You need something that works biologically to reverse the stiffness. You need to boost a molecule called nitric oxide. And you need to do it at night, because that is when your liver goes into overdrive to filter your blood. This brings us back to garlic, but not the way you've been told. See, ancient civilizations, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Chinese, they didn't have double-blind clinical trials, but they knew garlic gave strength and vitality. Today, science tells us why. It's all about sulfur compounds. Specifically, we are looking for a compound called allicin. Here is the catch, and this is the part almost everyone misses. A whole clove of garlic actually contains 0 allicin, none. It contains a precursor called allicin and an enzyme called alliinase. They are sitting in different rooms inside the garlic clove. If you take a whole clove and boil it immediately, the heat destroys the enzyme before it can do its work. You kill the medicine before it's even born. Let me tell you about a guy we'll call Robert. Robert was your typical 55-year-old. He wasn't obese, but he carried that stress belly. He drank coffee all day, ate decent dinners, but his blood pressure was consistently hovering around 150/95. His doctor told him, "Robert, you're walking on thin ice." Robert didn't want the side effects of the meds. He read online that garlic lowers blood pressure. So, for 3 months, he threw whole garlic cloves into his morning smoothies. He choked them down. He smelled terrible. 3 months later, he went back to the doctor. His numbers hadn't moved, not a single point. Robert was frustrated. He thought, natural remedies are a scam. But then he met a naturopath who explained the chemistry to him. She told him, "Robert, you aren't activating the compound." She switched his routine. She told him to crush the garlic, wait, and then boil it into a tea to drink before bed. 4 weeks later, Robert's waking feeling changed. He stopped feeling that heavy thumping in his ears when he laid down. His energy in the afternoons leveled out. And when he went back for his checkup, his pressure was down to 135/85. Not perfect, but a massive drop. What changed? He didn't change the ingredient, he changed the method. We are about to walk through the exact step-by-step recipe, including the one ingredient you must add to the water to stop the allicin from degrading once it's heated. This is the difference between a tasty soup and a medicinal tonic. But before I give you the exact temperature and the 10-minute rule that saved Robert's heart health, if you want to take control of your body and stop relying on guesswork, please click that subscribe button. We dive deep into the science of natural healing that actually works. And I don't want you to miss the follow-up to this, where we discuss the breakfast that pairs perfectly with this night drink. Okay, let's get into the how and the why. Why before bed? Your body runs on a circadian rhythm. During the day, you are in catabolic mode. You are breaking things down, using energy, stressing your system. At night, you switch to anabolic mode, repair and rebuild. While you sleep, your blood pressure naturally dips, or it should. Your liver is processing toxins. Your body is trying to repair the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. By introducing sulfur compounds from garlic into your system right before this repair cycle begins, you are giving your body the raw materials it needs to patch the roads. Garlic stimulates the production of nitric oxide. No, nitric oxide is a gas that tells your arteries to relax. When the arteries relax, they widen. When they widen, blood flows freely, carrying oxygen to the deepest parts of your tissues while you sleep. This is why we call it cleaning the arteries. It reduces the inflammation that causes the plaque to stick in the first place. Here is exactly how you are going to make this. You need to follow this precisely. First, take 2 medium-sized cloves of garlic. Peel them. Now you must crush them or chop them finely. You want to break the cell walls. Second, set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. Leave the garlic on the cutting board. Do not touch it. Do not heat it. During this time, the alliin and the alliinase are mixing. They are reacting to oxygen. They are synthesizing allicin. If you skip this wait, you get nothing. The allicin content rises dramatically during this window. Third, bring a cup and a half of water to a boil. Once it boils, turn the heat down to a low simmer. You do not want a rolling boil that destroys the compounds instantly. Toss in your crushed, activated garlic. Fourth, let it simmer for only 3 minutes. This is enough to soften the harsh, spicy bite of the garlic, so it doesn't burn your stomach, but short enough to preserve the sulfides. Finally, turn off the heat. Pour the tea, including the garlic bits if you can handle them, or strain them if you can't, into a mug. Now, add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice and a teaspoon of raw honey. This isn't just for taste. The vitamin C in the lemon helps your body absorb the iron and acts as an antioxidant protector for the garlic compounds. The honey, if it's raw, promotes better sleep quality by regulating liver glycogen. So you drink this warm concoction about 30 minutes before you brush your teeth. What happens next? As you drift off, the sulfur compounds enter your bloodstream. First, they act as an antimicrobial. If you have low-grade inflammation in your gut or gums, which is directly linked to heart disease, by the way, the garlic starts fighting that bacteria. Second, The allicin begins to degrade into other sulfur compounds that travel to the vascular smooth muscle. It triggers that relaxation effect we talked about. This lowers the mechanical stress on your artery walls. Think of it like taking the pressure washer off the driveway. The high pressure stops, and the repair crew can come in and fix the cracks without getting blasted by water. Third, garlic has a potent anti-clotting effect. It makes your blood naturally thinner, not dangerously so, like medication can, but enough to prevent those sticky platelets from clumping together and forming a blockage. It's like adding a lubricant to the traffic flow. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm going to smell like a pizza oven. It's a valid concern. Garlic breath happens because the sulfur compounds are metabolized and released through your lungs. However, boiled garlic is significantly milder than raw garlic. The 3-minute simmer breaks down the sharpest volatiles. Plus, the lemon helps neutralize the odor. But let's weigh the pros and cons here. On one side, you have slightly garlic-scented breath in the morning, which brushing your teeth solves. On the other side, you have clear arteries, lower blood pressure, and a significantly reduced risk of a cardiac event. I think your partner will forgive the morning breath if it means you're around for 20 more years. While your main goal is cleaning the arteries, this nightly ritual does double duty. Garlic is a heavy metal chelator. That's a fancy way of saying it grabs onto toxins like lead and mercury in your body and escorts them out. If you eat fish or live in a city with pollution, you have heavy metals in your system. These metals cause oxidative stress in the arteries. Garlic helps pull them out. It also regulates insulin sensitivity. High blood sugar is like shards of glass to your arteries. It shreds the lining. Garlic helps your body manage blood sugar levels more effectively while you fast during sleep. You cannot do this once and expect a miracle. The title says, cleans arteries overnight, and that is true in the sense that the process begins overnight. The cleaning crew starts their shift the moment you close your eyes. But you didn't clog your arteries in one day, and you won't scrub them spotless in one night. This is a lifestyle protocol. Try it for 2 weeks. Commit to 14 nights of the crush, wait, simmer method. Pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. Do your hands feel warmer? Is your head clearer? Do you have more stamina during the day? These are the subtle signs of improved circulation. A quick word of safety, because we are professionals here. Garlic is powerful. If you are currently on prescription blood thinners, you need to talk to your doctor before adding this to your nightly routine. Because garlic naturally thins the blood, combining it with medication could thin it too much. Also, listen to your stomach. Some people have sensitive digestion. If the drink gives you heartburn, try taking it with a small snack, or reduce the amount to 1 clove and build up slowly. Your arteries are the rivers of life. When they are clean and flowing, every organ in your body flourishes. Your brain, your heart, your muscles, your skin, they all depend on that nutrient delivery. Don't wait for the warning sign. Don't wait for the doctor to give you the bad news. You have the most powerful pharmacy in the world sitting on your kitchen counter right now. 2 cloves. Crush them. Wait 10 minutes. Simmer. Drink. Sleep. It's a small ritual, but the compound effect over months and years is the difference between thriving in your older years and just surviving them. So, tonight, put the kettle on. Your heart will thank you tomorrow morning. If you found this helpful, you might be wondering what foods you should absolutely avoid if you're trying to keep those arteries clean. We have a video coming up on the 3 white foods that are clogging your veins, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, here's to your health. Good night.